1783, after the British Army had withdrawn and George Washington finally got to go home after 8 years away with the Army, he chose that moment to meet with the Congress and resign. So that's what he's doing in the painting here. But this is the man that with a ragtag army has just defeated the greatest military power in the world. It was not normal for them to resign and go home. In fact, the generals wanted him to stay. The Congress wanted him to stay. The generals hadn't been paid yet, and the Congress didn't have the taxing power to raise money to pay them. Everybody knew the government wasn't working, and they felt they needed an army to keep order in the country while we got a government set up. That's what people normally did. And George Washington said, no, that's not what we talked about in the Declaration, and I don't want to be a part of it. I'm going to go home. So he resigned. And the other generals knew that they could not keep an army together. The enlistments had all expired. The soldiers were going to go home when George Washington did. And none of them could keep the army together. And that's the important thing about George Washington. He was not a great general. He did not win very many battles. What he did was to keep up the faith of the common soldiers so that they stayed even after their enlistments were over. So the news of this went all over Europe. And the people of Europe began to pay attention to us. We bragged about a lot in the Declaration of Independence. This is where we say we're going to try to actually do what we were saying. And this made Napoleon's career possible because Napoleon said he was going to do the same thing. He talked the talk right up until he crowned himself emperor. And after that, he lost all of his support. So how different human history would be if Napoleon had followed George Washington's example, or if anybody else had been in charge of our army at that moment, we wouldn't be the country.